After running through the beta of Monster Hunter Wildlands, I immediately knew I needed to play through Monster Hunter World at least one more time, but this time with the addition of a few mods, and this definitely made the game 10 times better. So with that being said, these mods will get you to play Monster Hunter World once again. Let's get started. We'll start off with a rather simple one called Near Lift. So instead of having to run over to the lift in order to access the different levels, you can now save a few seconds. You'll have access to the lift prompt a lot closer to where you spawn in, so you can ride the lift a lot quicker to get to the canteen for that delicious bite to eat. These kitties never disappoint. Damn, that looks good. Now our next mod is called Remove Monster Roar Blur. So once you engage in combat with a creature, that roar throughout the battle will no longer be blurred. A very simple mod, but one that adds a little bit more quality of life. Our next mod affects the monster even more, and this one is called Blood EFX. This mod replaces the hit EFX across all weapons. So as we hit this great Jagras, you'll see a slight bloody effect, or maybe it's just better described as a blood splatter. So this mod gives slicing at monsters a little bit more realism, making them lose blood on every hit. Now a mod that pairs extremely well with this is a mod called Bloody Broken Parts. So as you continue to damage the monster during the fight and breaking off parts, you'll actually be able to see deep gashes. So as you can see on the Great Jagras' front leg, it seems like we were really hacking and slashing on it. This mod affects most of the monsters as well, so it's a nice little add-on to boost that realism. We even have a mod called Subtle Critical EFX. So when you get a critical hit with your weapon, you won't see that blinding white and red flash. Instead, you'll see that sleek looking darker red color, making the effect more subtle. And then it looks like you can see that blood effect too even better on the training dummy. So these two mods combined gives your gameplay a lot cleaner, more realistic look. I like it. Next, we gave a little love to our handler, and this overhaul is called Silver Hair Handler. It gives her long flowing silver hair and a new headpiece, but still keeps the charm of our beloved handler. Damn. Our next mod adds some convenience in convenient places. This mod is called More Wedge Beetles, and this places more Wedge Beetles in more places across the map, and this makes it way easier to traverse certain locations. You might find some of these beetles in midair, but I don't think that's something worth complaining about, especially if it lets you be Spider-Man in Monster Hunter World. That's sleek, look at that. Next up is a mod called Dropped Items EFX. So instead of just a shiny object on the ground, it now has this new looking appearance. Depending on the item dropped as well, will affect the icon in which is displayed. And then on top of this, we've added the bold icon pack, which makes all of these icons a little bit easier to see. And if that still wasn't enough, we've added permanent shiny drops. So those monster parts you broke off and forgot to get won't just disappear on you. This mod is definitely an A+ in my books. Our next mod adds another quality of life feature, and this is called Subtle Scoutflies. Plus we've added the optional file Brighter Footprints, so tracks like this will appear a lot brighter. And once your Scoutflies have a target, you'll have an all new sleek Scoutfly animation. And this one won't be so much in your face, but you'll still be able to see where you're going, which is definitely a big enhancement. This is a must-have mod for people that are annoyed by the vanilla Scoutflies. Our next mod is called Better Palico AI. This makes your kitty a lot smarter and less disturbing in combat. So your Palico will do better whenever you're knocked out or knocked down, trying to get you back up as quick as possible. And your cat will stop spamming that flash or sleep. You just have all the best parts of the Palico left, so you have no choice but to win now. Now we'll move on to something I'm using to restore the graphics. This is called Giorma's Ultra Realistic Reshade. So as you can see, as we bounce back and forth between the reshade on and off, you'll see that the original has colors that are kind of washed out, while the reshade has brightened those colors up, making the game seem a lot more beautiful. Now there's a bunch of different reshades, so if you don't particularly like this one, I'm sure you can find one that does fit your taste. Now I've added 2 hair mods to my game as well, because there's surprisingly not a lot of long hairstyles. So the one you're seeing on screen right now is called the Azure Age Hairstyle, which gives your character that long fluffy ponytail look. And then our next one is called the Kulve Taroth Wild Hairstyle, which lets it all hang loose, similar to the backside of the actual Kulve Taroth monster, which is actually pretty cool. And then our last but certainly not least mod is called Remove CAPCOM All Rights Reserved Watermark. This removes the logo from the front menu, and more importantly from this view menu, so you can take your screenshots without that watermark enabled. These were the mods that will get you to replay Monster Hunter World once again. Hopefully you found a few of these useful. And if you think I missed a few, let me know down in the comments. Until next time though, we'll see ya.